Having seen this event, that is the reason I was so depressed for the last 10 years. But there's good news, because I see in my vision dreams that we can make a different choice and survive. A scientist named Paul LaViolette has written about this event. He studied it and discovered it, and has been at times lambasted, but now mainstream science is starting to treat him seriously. I assure you, I have seen the event he wrote about in vision dreams long before he wrote the book. The book is called Earth Under Fire. I highly recommend you read it. I've lived through snippets of my whole life, and up to this point everything has come true that I've dreamed in special vision dreams at night. Paul LaViolette says this galactic pulse, well, he calls it something else. I call it the galactic pulse. It happens about every 13,000 years. He says we have about 200 years before it arrives again. In my vision dreams, it's in 2032, give or take a year or two. It's about 2032, about 16 years from now. You'll know it has arrived when the sky suddenly, like a light switch flipping, is on fire, about in 2032. This is because a gigantic band of dust will pass through and completely fill the solar system with millions of bits of grit and sand and pebbles. The sky will look like it's on fire because of all this crap hitting our planet's atmosphere at significant speed. When you see the whole sky on fire, then you know you have less than 4 days to get underground. You have to get sealed up at least 200 feet under rock. And there cannot be any open airspace between you and the surface. In my case, we will blow the entrance to a cave with some explosives. I don't know how that will happen, I just see that in the dreams. There does not seem to be any long radiation danger afterwards, but something happens that's radiation, and probably not mutually assured destruction. It really looks like a solar flare, and only about 90% of the surface is roasted by it. All the surface in that region is destroyed. There's no life left. But you'll only survive in those caves if you don't have the worldwide banking chip from the worldwide government, which is about to rise up. The Bible, in the book of Revelation, chapter 13, predicts through a prophecy from a prophet that this chip would arise. It's called the Mark of the Beast. It is a worldwide banking and security chip. It'll be required. Don't take it. They won't force it in you. It will be very hard to live without it, but very possible. And anyone with that chip in their body in 2032 is dead. 4 days after the galactic pulse arrives, this radiation event happens, and everyone who has that chip in their body dies a horrible death in a few hours on the same day. In my dreams, only a couple million people survive, but it's very clear that we have a choice. If you don't take the chip, you will survive the pulse, unless you're really ill or something and can't take the radiation. But I've seen a few people without the chip actually die, but 99% live. Nobody with the chip lives through the pulse. It's regardless of how you feel about the religious question of this, I'm telling you, my dreams always come true, and this is going to happen. As far as problems with climate change, the scientists' warnings have not been nearly severe enough. The events they predicted that will occur in 100 or 150, 200 years from now are going to start happening in about 10 years. I will miss oranges. Bees are not the only problem. And there are many good events coming. Cancer will be cured, except for one kind, a very rare kind. And the treatment will be like taking an antibiotic treatment. And you won't have any radiation or chemotherapy. Elon Musk's Hyperloop will be made real. I don't believe he will be involved with it very much at that point, but it will be there. New way to travel fast and safely, with a few accidents. Please heed the warning of my message, and let's make billions of people go on into the future past 16 years from now. I love you. Goodbye.